What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, the Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
Folks, bet on the Bossman Show. Going to the Big South Conference down to Charleston, South Carolina to talk to Saah Nimley, the head coach full-time of the Buccaneers, his alma mater down there in Charleston. Saah, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's good with you, man? How you doing?
Man, enjoying Atlanta, man. 70 degree morning right now. Got my walk-in, so shoot, it's all good, brother.
I feel that.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, how does it feel, man? Had a full-time gig now, being the man at your alma mater, man, and just be able to lead this program and put your spin on it now, brother.
It feels good. You know, to be honest with you, it feels really good. Obviously, I played here. You know, being able to give back in this way is important to me, and you know, I'm very invested in the success of this program, and you know, I'm just glad to be here. I'm very grateful and glad to be here.
No doubt, man. And I talk about what Coach Barkley did to you, man. I know he had him on the show a few times as well. And Coach Coach was a good guest to travel on the show, man. What did he mean to you personally and helping you in your career as a coach and kind of giving you the tips and nuggets you need to step over that one seat, man?
Yeah, Coach, he means a lot, man. I mean, he obviously gave me a start. You know, he gave me an opportunity to play college basketball. And then he gave me an opportunity to coach college basketball. So, you know, I'm forever indebted to him in that way, you know, but he's taught me a lot, man, through the years. You know, coached under him for 4 years and some change, and just a lot of stuff. He gave me a lot of responsibility early on and increased that responsibility as the years went on. So, in a sense, he really prepared me. He really prepared me for this moment.
No doubt. And for you, did you ever envision in your mind getting into coaching when you was playing? Or is this kind of something that's kind of after you got through playing overseas, man? I want to stay with the game and start coaching.
Nah, it's something I saw. You know, when you get to college, at least for me, I didn't really know what it is that I wanted to do other than hoop when I first got there. But as I started to mature, get a little older, I think probably my junior year, I knew you know, coaching was the thing for me. I wanted to stay around the game. being a point guard, you're ultimately a coach on the court. So I just thought it was a fit, and I kind of knew that's what I wanted to do moving forward.
And for you, my brother, what's going to be like the plus of your program for a young man listening to this interview today who want to come play for you in the future? Like, what things are like non-negotiables they got to be a part of your program going forward?
Yeah, I'll probably just touch on two things. The first thing is, our motto, I would say, is EDIG7, EDIG7. It means every day is game 7. So for anybody listening, if you want to be a part of this, you got to treat every day like it's game 7. But it's not just basketball; it's all areas of your life. How you gonna handle academics? How you gonna handle your nutrition? How you gonna handle the weight room? How you gonna do all those things? How you gonna take care of your body? You got to treat it like it's game 7. And the second thing I'll probably say is choose toughness. That's a big thing in our program too. Whatever it is that you do, you got to choose toughness. It's not, basketball, every possession you got to choose to be tough, in front of that guy in front of you, right? But in life, you got to choose to be tough too. Are you going to wait, that alarm go off, or are you going to wake up and go to class? Like, there's a lot of opportunities in life if you're going to choose to be tough. One day as a parent, are you going to be tough for your kids? Are you going to do what it is that you got to do? So just those two things: treat every day like it's game 7, and then choose toughness.
And for you, bro, for you trying to put together a roster here, man, with the portal finally closing yesterday, man. So that's over. So what are you gonna look for in guys? Maybe a JUCO guy, a high school guy on the court, or find the right fit in the portal for you, man, as you build your roster out, trying to get this thing going in the summer here and in the fall coming up here.
Yeah, we've actually filled out majority of our roster. Only got one spot left, but we were looking for guys first off that had high character. They got to be a fit in that regard of kids that do the right things, kids that are about the right things. They have to have a high level of skill and a high level of IQ and feel. I don't. That's like a non-negotiable for me. You got to be able to think the game, feel the game, and things like that. So, and then guys that's been through some things and that got that a little bit of toughness to them already, right? We'll add on to that, but do you have a little bit of that toughness walking through the door? So I'll probably say those things: character, some toughness to them, and then that IQ, feel, skill aspect.
And we're able to get on the court any which returning guys this spring before classes end and the semester. We're in the season of graduations right now. Classes are ending, so we're able to get on the court some of your guys before this spring here is kind of set the standard for what's coming up in the summertime here for those sessions as well.
Yeah. Our guys, they worked hard, man. We went, I want to say 3 weeks. We gave them a couple weeks off after the season, but we went hard for like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 days a week, and those guys worked, man. They worked, and we're trying to prepare those guys for how we're going to be playing basketball next year, particularly on the offensive end. But those guys, Tajay Kelly, R.J. Johnson, DJ Patrick, those guys really got in there and worked hard this offseason.
And how important is it nowadays with the schedule now where you can get them in the summertime, kind of build that chemistry and camaraderie even more with guys coming in new and having the older guys who've been in the program teach the new guys like simply as what a dining hall is. We'll go work out. And so having that summertime to build that chemistry and camaraderie and that rapport early, so you're trying to come in the fall trying to force feed it as you get ready for the season in November.
Right. No, it's super important, especially in the climate that we're in today, right? Like everybody's having guys come in, everybody's having guys leave. So, you're really having to start new, essentially, for most programs in the country. That chemistry is really, really important. Building that early, doing some team activities, having some team meals, just having some things to have these guys come closer together outside of basketball. That's going to be a very key thing in the summer for us.
No doubt, man. You're in the Big South, man. It's one of the better mid-major conferences in the country. So talk about that, man, coaching in that league, man, and how the quality teams from top to bottom in your league every night when you're trying to prepare to play these teams in your league, man.
Right. This year was probably the most even it was from top to bottom. With the portal has changed things, right? It's not just high school kids coming up like these. Everybody in the league, they're getting transfers from higher levels and things like that. So the quality of the basketball has tremendously increased. It's tough though, man. Every night, I know back when we played, there's probably a game or two where we kind of walked in and thought we was going to win. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that anymore. You know, every game's a dogfight, and it doesn't matter how bad a team's playing either. You know, they could beat any team on any given night. So it's I think it's actually a good thing because you have to stay locked in throughout the entire 16 game schedule. You got to stay locked in. I think that's good for the league.
And now with scheduling in the non-con, so how you gonna approach that now with having to play some guaranteed games, of course, to raise money, but do you test them too much, or you kind of get a few wins here or there? You kind of find an even balance between hard and games that you can win. So how you gonna go about scheduling these games? And now you've been the head coach now.
Yeah, I think you got to find a balance. You know, that balance of being able to raise money and do some of the things that you need to do to operate at a high level, but at the same time putting together a competitive schedule that that gives your guys a good chance to win. So it's like I said, it's just trying to find that balance. We do have some things on the schedule, and you always want to give them a good experience too. With some guys being from some different regions, maybe you want to get them back to where they're from as they get older and things like that. So all of that kind of goes into scheduling. But we're definitely trying to put together a super competitive schedule while also making sure that we meet what we need to meet financially to operate the way we need to operate.
And I'll probably say your two toughest jobs are probably recruiting and scheduling, probably the two things that take the majority of your time, probably.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's winning and losing right there. Every mentor I've had has told me the most important thing is having players. The next most important thing is who you schedule. So just making sure that in year one that we're doing a good job of that and giving ourselves a great chance to be successful.
And off the court, Coach Nimley says also, what's the things you're going to do for your guys for us internships and trying to help them develop themselves off the court? Because you and I both know the game starts for us all at some point in time. So things that you're going to do for helping resources on that regard as they prepare for life after basketball once that time comes.
Right. We're going to have a panel of speakers coming in and kind of talking to those guys about life, like real life things, not, like credit, finances, how to change your time, things to kind of help them prepare for what, the important things in life that they're realistically not thinking about. Cause I was there one day too. I wasn't thinking about those things. But also getting involved in the community, right? With these elementary schools, middle schools, making sure these guys are going out, showing their face in the community, reading to students, getting involved, coaching some of these guys, doing clinics and things like that. So we do have some plans to really get involved in the community and try to help better these guys outside of basketball.
No doubt, man. And for you, man, Coach, like as you taking this journey, man, what's been some things you learned about yourself as you went from being an assistant to a head coach now, and as you seem to learn more and more about yourself as being the head guy in charge now. So how's that process been for you, brother?
Yeah, it's been interesting, man. Like you said, you do learn a lot about yourself. And I'm learning every day, and I'm kind of soaking it all in. But really just communication, right? Communication is a big thing, but it's even bigger when you're the last and final voice. And these kids, it comes through their ears a little differently. If I say something, or as an assistant, if I said the exact same words, it resonates differently in their ears. So just kind of understanding that piece, being able to navigate that, being able to choose my words wisely, being able to effectively communicate, because people, these kids also receive things differently. Oh, yeah. Some kids, they receive it and it doesn't bother them. You say the same thing to another kid, it might bother him. So just being able to effectively, not just communicate, but effectively communicate to the different personalities that we have on the team.
No doubt, brother. That's something that I had to learn too as a young host of how to talk to my interns. I can't use the same tact with every intern I have. So I learned that on the fly too.
I feel you.
Now for you, man, I know when I was a co-host, I was giving suggestions. I know as a assistant coach, you giving suggestions. So how was it going from getting professional suggestion maker to decision maker?
Right. It's like it's different, and you go from giving suggestions to getting suggestions. So just kind of learning how to navigate that because it is different. But yeah, I mean, you get to make the final say. So a lot of it, and that's why, we're the head coaches, because it's going to fall on us ultimately. So just trying to make sure that I'm listening to the suggestions that's being said, but also making sure that I'm making sound decisions for the betterment of our team and our program.
No doubt. And for you, Coach, like, does it concern you that guys who play very well for you will probably get tampered with and poached from you, or that guys will be messing with your players? Because I feel like, to me, I know we're in the wild, wild west, but I think we should see some respect still amongst everybody to not be actively recruiting other coaches' players in season if they're playing very well. So how are your thoughts about that, knowing that you might develop a guy and he may bail on you?
I mean, that's one of those things where you just have to adjust to the climate that we're in. I kind of understand. I understand where we're at. So for me, like, the biggest thing is just to have as great a relationships as I can with these kids, and treat them right. Treat them right by them, give them a great experience. And if a kid wants to leave at the end of the year, then a kid wants to leave, and you can't. At least for me as a coach, you can't get wound up in that because the climate has changed to that. It's back in the day, if a kid would have did that, I could see if a coach takes that hard. You can't take that hard nowadays because it's too common. It's the norm. So if you're getting mad at the norm, you just have to adjust. And ultimately, me and us as head coaches, we have to adjust and understand that is the reality of the climate that we're coaching in today.
No doubt, man. I know I'm a little old school. I just have respect for people, man. I get it, though. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Got two more for you, man. So, like, down in Charleston, man, the low country, tell us about some cool food spots down there to come eat. We want to come see you all play. What's the cool spot down there to hit up when we get down there, brother?
I'll probably, if I had to put a recommendation, I'll probably say Page's Oak Grill. They got good brunch. They got good dinner. You can't go wrong with that. And then on our side of town, we like to take guys to Nigel's. It's like a soul food spot. So that's probably the two I'll throw out there. I'm not a big go out to restaurants kind of guy, but those are two that I would throw out there.
No doubt. Last one for you, brother. When you're not coaching and trying to get these guys going, how do you take time for yourself and kind of just decompress a little bit, get away from the game, and enjoy your life outside of basketball?
To be honest, I'll be honest with you, man. That's been hard since I've taken over. I think that's something that I'm still trying to. I have to get better at. Is not putting so much time into this. I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot much going on outside of that right now. But I need to do better in that regard.
Yeah, brother. Hey, I understand, brother. You're trying to get a program built. I feel you, my guy. I understand the grind. Well, brother, man, I tell you what, we're going to be cheering for you, man. I hope I'll see you at the Rock Hill or the Peach Jam or Lake Point. I'll be there. So hopefully we get to number offline and we stay in contact with brother. And I'm in your corner. Say when to come on the show and talk to the people. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, my guy.
Sounds good. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Anytime, my brother.
Yes, sir. All right, now.
All right.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Yes, BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV, covering content and hot topics from A to Z, sports, music, society and culture, movie reviews, you name it, we have it. Check it out on bs3network.com or check us out on Roku, BS3 TV on Roku, as well as check out your favorite podcast on all podcast platforms or Spreaker.com/BS3 Network.
You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here, You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.